Have you guys ever wondered what to say on the phone? Maybe you won't say the right thing when a seller calls you wanting to sell their house because you've never done this before and you're not a complete expert. Well, this is to put that to rest. We do a complete call breakdown. We're going to include the entire call and comment throughout. The call is a little bit longer than you might think, but it's not about asking questions, as Ryan points out. It's actually about creating space for them to just tell you and unload. They'll tell you things you never would have even thought to ask questions about.
Yeah, a lot of times you just give them the space and the platform to talk, and you're going to get so much more information that's going to help you formulate an offer. And the offer price is what you are looking for and trying to find the most details about. So giving them space to just say everything is going to help you out.
Hey, Ryan, I had a call. Somebody replied to my mail. I sent out mail to about 2,000 people in Indianapolis last month. And this guy gave me a call back, and I was just wondering how you thought I did. So exactly what happened was I filtered properties that were like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, because that's what I want to buy. I did minimum value 100,000, maximum value like 250, because I want a house that's fixed up, all good and done after I fix it up, worth about 200, rents for about 2,000, but I'm all in only 150. So I figured I don't want really rundown properties that are worth nothing, because some properties are worth 50,000. The best house in the neighborhood's worth 50,000, but they're all run down. So you can't fix up a house. Mm-hmm. It's worth nothing, right? So that's why I do that minimum price value. So anyway, sent out some mail. It said, is this your house? If so, I take it in any condition. I can close quickly with cash. Please call or text me if you're interested, and have a great day. So then the call comes in, and I pay $250 a month for call porter to answer my call. So what happens is they take the call and they wrote down some notes. So actually, I kind of want to pull up the notes to show you that. So you can see the full process of how it works over here. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is what the form looks like. It says Kevin is his name, and he wants to sell by summer. And he wants to sell for $200,000. And it gave the address, and he also said he'll list it for 216, but otherwise he'd sell it for 200. It's got new cabinets, new countertops, full basement, gas, heat, electric, water, new water stuff. It's so funny. 2-bedroom. So let me just pull it open here on Zillow is what I like to do. And well, they said it was a 2-bedroom. He said it was a 3. And my data that I pulled was a 3. And Zillow says it's a 3. So maybe I have to clarify that with him further. But this is what it looks like, just so you know. 1,200 square feet. And it says this estimate's worth 246. Mm-hmm. So then what I did before I got on the phone with him, I always like to know, is this guy in the right ballpark or is he way off on the price? Yeah. So I plugged it into DealMachine, and he owns it in this LLC, but our corporate pulled him incorrectly. Corporate skip tracing there. And it does say values 254. And then I ran the actual comps. And you're still following along, right? You can see the screen. Okay, yep. Cool. So it says 852. Obviously, that's not right. But I found out sometimes if one of the properties is like a portfolio, it'll put the whole value of this one property as the portfolio value. So got to remove that. And then it came down to 233. And so again, I thought, depending on the condition, if a lot of it's new, like he says it is, I actually think he's like, it could be a decent deal. Mm-hmm. So going into it, that's what I did. And I did a little more research. He's 71. He owns 4 properties, lives up in Zionsville, I bet, or Westfield, I guess. And phone numbers, emails. I already has phone number from the form. So let's go. Anything stand out to you there, or should we just jump into the call?
Let's dive in.
I had just woke up and sat down. I was a little nervous. I always get a little nervous, even though he called me.
It is weird. I feel like I'm looking at two of you right now in live.
Hi, this is Kevin. Just leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot. Goodbye for now.
Hey, Kevin, this is David. I think you responded to one of my postcards, talked to a member of my team about potentially selling your house in Speedway. So if you're interested still, please give me a call or text back. My name's David. My number's 314-67. Thank you. Bye. Any feedback on the voicemail?
No, I like it. I think that you gave him the return phone number. You told him who you are. Those are the key pieces. So great job.
Hey, and then Chris, my social media guy, came over and we looked at some Instagram videos, and then Kevin called back. So let's fast forward. Hey, Kevin.
Hi, David.
Hey, how are you?
All right.
I
was spam, so I didn't answer the call.
Oh, no problem. So I just believe you responded to my postcard last week and talked to my team. They set up a time for us to chat today. Is now still a good time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I know they collected some info about your house. How come you're interested in selling it?
Well, I'm going to sell it. I just got to the point where it was going to be a rental. It's getting to be, I got family in there, and it's too much of a pain.
Okay.
When you're dealing with family, it's.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so I opened up by just recapping how we got connected, and then I just said, "Hey, how come you wanted to sell it? How would you open a call like that?"
No, I go down the same path. Like, what has you interested in selling? Like, what about me sending a postcard made you feel like you needed to call in? And he did exactly what you hope. He's given you the truth about. I'm in a situation with family, and family's hard to deal with, and so that gives you a good idea of how the direction of the call is going to go too.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
It's just easier to get in and get out, so that's what I'm doing.
Do they have like an actual lease agreement with you?
No.
Okay.
Just helping out my sister.
Dude, so classic. If you're trying to help a family member out and you don't have a lease agreement,
yeah.
If you want them out or things go south,
can't get them out.
Right. I was house hacking when I bought my first house. I had 3 coworkers come move in with me, and then one was really annoying. There's no way they're going to listen to this. Like, we just had some problems getting along. And like, one of the issues was you have like 4 people in one house, and one person also had like a boyfriend that stayed over a lot. Right. And we all had to share the same fridge, but they didn't like it if we used like their ketchup. So we all had to have like 4 ketchups. You know what I mean? We couldn't share ketchup. It's like, you should share some stuff if you only have limited space. So we just argue, and it would be a pain about that kind of stuff. And I just remember, it got to the point where then they would be like, well, it doesn't say that. There's no lease agreement, right? So it's like, if I want them out, like, when are you moving out? What, like, there's no written agreement about how the fridge works, or who replaces the light bulbs, or how the smoke detectors work, and if I'm living there, I guess it's assumed that I should handle that stuff. But with stuff like the lawn, it's like, well, now all of a sudden, maybe they don't want to like help out with the lawn chores. And it's like, well, a normal tenant would all share the responsibility of the lawn.
Yeah.
It just unnecessarily got annoying, and friendships and work relationships really turned into like resentful, relationships with. So it's really important to have a written agreement. So that was my first indicator of like, oh yeah, I know the stress this guy's probably going through. His sister is the one living in his house.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Was there a time frame you were looking at selling? I know they said you might list it in the summer.
Yep.
Okay. Well, just let you know, I'm not a realtor. I wouldn't be able to list it. I'm typically.
No. I won't list it anyway. I'll just sell it by owner.
Oh, okay.
It's in an area that is really a great little micro neighborhood, Speedway schools, and 1 mile from the track.
So what I was trying to say was, I'm not going to pay top dollar. I swear I thought I said that, but now that I'm listening back to it, I didn't actually get out the whole rest of the statement because he interrupted me.
Yeah.
And we just moved on. But usually I'll quickly say, like, I'm in the business of making money So I would ask for a discount. And I think I might have said that later here now that I'm saying it out loud. But if they don't get scared away by that, then I know this is a potential deal, right? He didn't get scared away by me saying I'm not giving him the top dollar.
Yeah.
Gutted it and rebuilt the whole thing. And
when it's a respectful thing to do too, you don't want to waste their time.
One day, if she was out of there, you know, clean everything up, everything where people can see it. It's a corner lot. I got a 2-car garage. It's probably one of the bigger homes in all of that area. So yeah.
Got it. Do you think you're going to want to get her out and then sell it by owner, or did you? Because basically, I mean, I can make you an offer on the house. Sounds like a nice house. Sounds like you've really redone everything on the inside. Sounds nice. Yeah, sounds like a nice area too.
New floors, yeah. New kitchen, yeah.
Oh, what kind of floors did you do, by the way?
I put in a floating, but it's a blend of it's almost like teak. It's I got the floors out of bamboo and like teak, if you will.
Okay.
It's a darker floor.
Oh, nice. Should be pretty durable then.
Oh, very. Yeah. I put one in every one of my homes. I've got a dog, and when you have bamboo, it's amazing that they can't scratch that stuff.
That's awesome. So, I guess do you typically, you know, I'm not an agent. I'd want to buy it directly from you. You know, I'm able to give offers, you know, as is. But you know, it is my job as like a real estate investor. So I do, you know, ask for a bit of a discount when doing that. I'm just trying to feel out if this feels like the right thing for you, or if it's better if you just want to wait until, you know, the summer when she's out of there to go ahead and list it for the you know, top dollar, as you would say.
No, so here's the deal. I was buying a home until the last 4 years.
Chris is trying to tell me to hold the phone.
Coming in here in the indie market.
I'll step away for a stupid, not a stupid video, his video.
Being kind of stupid.
Are you still there, Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. There, I finally said it though.
Yeah,
I finally said it. I was trying to get it out 3 times. I finally said I'm not going to pay top dollar.
Yes.
And it just wasn't that. My deal was finding homes anywhere up to $200,000. I plan to have 5 to 8 of them and rent them myself. I've retired. I've kind of done that. And in fact, all the homes in that area, basically during the last 3 years. So within one day, 1 week, there's a house that across from my house that sold for $140 in 1 day, and it was at the height, or not the height, but the beginning of the height. And I think he had something like 14 offers the first day, kind of thing.
So he's telling me that the houses nearby sold for 140. He's like anchoring himself lower. He's doing all the work for me.
Yeah.
He sold it. I went in and looked at it when he was redoing it, and he put linoleum floors in, and he just put some lipstick on it and made it, cleaned it up a bit. Where I knocked out all of these homes were built post World War II and were built for factory workers. They were all the same plan: 2 bedrooms, 1-car garage, maybe 900 square. They all have basements, block, and really they're pretty damn square. I was amazed when I put the flooring in I bet you it didn't differ one quarter of the inch from one end to the other. I was really surprised about
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was. I put all new
None of
windows.
this is really important for me, but I guess I just let them talk.
Yeah.
And that
You
was
never know what you just let them do the sale process on their own, and you just let it go, because
Yeah.
so much information comes out when you put people in a position where they're comfortable telling you everything. The level of things that they're going to spit out just because they're comfortable is going to help you in making an offer anyway. So
right.
it's
Well,
amazing.
and Chris's conversation after, Chris is my social media guy who does a great job, by the way. He made an awesome video. He actually was like, man, that guy talked for a long time. I couldn't believe how long that guy talked.
Mm-hmm.
And my immediate thought was like, well, yeah, if somebody's selling their home at a discount, they are probably lonely and in a bad spot.
Yep.
His sister has a bad relationship with him because he's annoyed at how she's taking care of the house, right?
Yep.
And he's trying to do something nice. It kind of backfired. He regrets it. He doesn't know how to get out of it without selling this house. He you don't, when you sell a house for a discount, you're in a tough spot. It would feel great to have somebody to vent to. You probably don't have somebody, and so that's why I always just let them talk.
In the thing. And so what happened is this guy, I knew him from, he went to the same high school. I went to the high school on that side of town. And his wife died. Then he went to drink, and then he died, about a year after. And it was his family friend. And I went there with the idea of buying his truck, and then I saw everything. I said, hell, just buy the whole thing if you guys want. And they didn't want to list it, and it was easier that way. And I did just like you. I bought it as is, and this is in 20, I think. So the kitchen's always the same size. It's you come in the front living area, dinette area connected, kitchen there. When I bought it, you could see where the windows were in the dinette area that they had just kind of covered up some spackling. They had water problems with the windows and stuff. But hell, that thing was all rotted. So I just ended up ripping out that wall, put a French door there, sliding door. And when I did that, of course, I had to give it a reason to walk out. So I put a 20 by 16 deck off the back, yards fenced, semi-fenced. There's one area that doesn't have the fence up, but and then he has a 2-car garage off the back. So it's it's on the corner side there.
Mm-hmm.
Where the garage was, they had made it into call it a family room, if you will, or bonus room. But to get to that, you have to walk around the house and through the kitchen to go to that. So what I did is I knocked out that wall, and I kept the same curve type of curve that is through the dinette area, and made a thing that's opened up the space. So that's where the TV room is, and bonus room, fireplace, all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely larger on the inside, and everybody around there, like I said, basically is the same, but they add on to their homes and stuff. But where this one has room that you had a backyard and all that, so you were able to really add on and use the space. House caddy corner to it, sold for $140, and it was rented to a couple of Hispanic families and they didn't do anything to it. I mean, that was definitely an as is. The garage is still off the back, and that's sold in one day. So the area is well known. I mean, it's a 5-star school system right there. Does feed into Speedway High School, but the elementary school is no more than 2 blocks away, and everybody walks their kids to it. So it's just a nice little pocket community. It just really is. It's all there is to it. So,
David, had he given you an asking price yet?
Yeah, at the beginning he said 200.
So he started with 200, and so far he's given 2 prices from other houses that have sold in the area, 140 and 130. What
He
were you
did.
thinking when you heard those price points? What was your initial thought?
I thought he was out of date with his data and that I'll probably get a decent deal.
I assume, like, I might be jumping the gun, but I'm anxious to see what happens when or if you bring up that the price points that he's mentioned are lower than his asking price. Does that come up in this?
No, he actually says I won't sell it for less than 216, but then he immediately says, well, I'd go as low as 200. And I just laughed because I was like, I didn't even say anything yet.
Yeah.
So my next step was you'll see at the end, I link him with my contractor because I want my contractor to take a look at what needs repaired. And
Yeah.
so they're going to do that next. And then I was going to talk to him about the price.
Gotcha.
But everything he was saying about price was just like, he's not a tire kicker. Because a lot of times people call and be like, well, I'll take no less than $1 million. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, you're not actually interested, you know?
Right.
And then there's some people who they just want a value on their house and they'll say, well, just give me they won't tell you all this stuff. They'll just be like, in the first 2 minutes, say, well, what's your offer? And it's like,
Yeah.
I got a process to go through before doing that, So I felt like this was all good signs, basically.
I tried to get my sister to buy it. She can't. She really can't. Doesn't have credit. Her credit's about 650, and hell, before I got her in there, when
So it's a little quiet. Can you still hear it?
Did the best to help her there, and told her I'm going to sell it. So try to get you a loan, and she really just hasn't worked that much of it. And now she let her granddaughter come in with her baby, and that's when I just called it a day with it. So I'm just done with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the deal is I'm going to list it for 216, something like that. As you know, there's very, 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 very little inventory in the Indianapolis area, especially in the decent area, that you can find anything for a couple $100,000. I'm not going to list it with an agent. I'll just do it myself. That's how I bought it. That's how I buy. But like you, I'm like you, but I'm a lot older than you, and I don't have the energy anymore to fix these things and hassle with renters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it up. I'll sell it for 200. I'm not going to, and I mean it's all due respect to you. Save yourself some time. You can look at.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, but he said 30 seconds ago he's going to list it for 216, and now he just said 200. So I was like, he's doing all the work for me.
Yeah, he just gave you a discount.
It's going to be more on the high side. But, if you're looking to flip it, this isn't the one. Because you only make maybe 5 or 10 grand if you flip it. If you want to rent it, you can rent this one all day long. Yeah, no,
I'd prefer to build my rental portfolio is what I'm looking to do.
Yeah, well, this is definitely. In fact, I did the Airbnb once and got $1,500 for the weekend, like in one day, because race week.
Indy 500. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, just some giggles. And
It's literally this part of Indiana is
yeah.
called Speedway, Indiana, because it's like right by the Indy 500 track.
Yeah.
like I said, it's a mile. In fact, it's a mile to the front gate of Indy 500. So yeah, it's just that's what you got. If you do you live in Indy or you live in Missouri?
Well, I grew up in Missouri, and I actually lived in Indianapolis for 7 years. So I've got 15 team members there. I built my business in Indy, hired there, and I moved to Austin, Texas about 3 years ago.
Yeah, this may not be the right thing for you. See, if you were from Indy and lived here,
I don't know why he said that, but I didn't. I resisted the urge to convince him that I was the right buyer.
Yeah.
I just stayed neutral.
all that, you would really kind of know what you got and everything. I charged my sister. I used to only charge her $700, and after a couple of years, I was just listen. I'm not making any money, and everything I'm doing here, I'm really losing. So that's when I moved her up to where more what kind of would be. I charged $1,200. I would say you could get probably $1,400 out of that, $1,500 out of that all day long without too many people arguing. The beauty of it is that it's built for pets, and it's a great kid neighborhood for those who get the kids and stuff. And if you want to take a look at it, fine. I will tell you, I hate going over there. I'm always disappointed when I go over there because there's just shit everywhere. I mean, they're just closed. And she's by herself, and now she's got, like I said, her granddaughter who had a baby and helping her out. And of course, that helping her out is like now they're there for almost a year. And I don't think they'll ever move. So I'm just kind of done with that whole family thing.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to help you get out of a tough situation and also get you hopefully what you're looking for in terms of value for the property to be able to walk away. I know you said you actually sounded like you were able to let me walk through. But you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, you can, but I'm going to tell you. I will have to be there to walk with you. I would say, hey, I'm going to bring somebody over and walk them through. And I think the only way that they would feel comfortable is that I'm there.
Does the actual house need work, or is he just kind of a messy person?
A very messy person.
Okay.
I'm sure there's in your business, touch up the paint, because I painted everything. I've got some. I tiled the bathroom, and I need to finish the walls and put some trim up. So there's like some wainscoting type clean off where I made the bathroom bigger. I took a little linen closet out and put the stool there and just made that bathroom a little bit bigger.
That sounds nice.
So I would say that there's probably at the high maybe $5,000 worth of work. Since you're not doing it yourself, you're paying people and all that, and that's at the high. If I didn't have, I had shoulder rotator cuff surgery 4 weeks ago, so I can't do anything for another.
Man, that's sorry. That sounds painful.
Yeah, well, it's more pain in the ass than it is anything. It's what I call old man surgery. And yeah, so
I couldn't believe you was that graphic.
it's stuff that I can do and would do, to where it's just a turnkey thing for you. I've got a little rough spot of I got a little corner off the front porch that needs to have.
There was a gnat. I was about to kill it.
Some mortar put up, where somehow chipped off. And I have off the side door where I would, and I'm thinking from a renter, a guy that's renting for business, that would have to have the brick, maybe like a little brick step there, and it's a one-day job, cleaned up and mudded up and all that, so that the brick's not cracked off and stuff.
Okay. That's the side door of the garage, or there's a side door of the house?
No, side door of the house.
Oh, okay.
And then I know legally I should have one rail going down the deck. Just so you have that rail. It's 3 steps down.
Yeah.
But, it's one of those things. Put up a post and a rail kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah, it's those little things.
Yep.
At best, a week's work. If I did it myself, I did a couple cases of beer and call a buddy of mine and have it done in probably 2 days, and half of that day is us drinking. So, yeah, it's pretty easy stuff. When I say it's turnkey, it's very, very turnkey, very quick.
Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate the info. I have a contractor, Jerry, that I've been working with for 4 years. He's worked on 8 houses for me. So if you're open to it, I'd have him coordinate with you to go over there and see it. And then I can put together an offer shortly after that on a timeline that works for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Have him contact me. Text me first. It's a 317 number, or not a 317. Well, I won't answer it anyway.
I got your number here. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking to now. I'll just group text you with Jerry if that works for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Kevin. Anything else I should know?
That's full disclosure is better than I think of.
Yeah, no, it seemed thorough and definitely appreciate it.
Okay.
Well, we'll be in touch soon. I'm going to text Jerry here right after we get off the phone. Was there a time or date that you think would work best for you? Maybe I could just prep Jerry to make sure he's free at that time.
Yeah, I just have him call me.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. All right, babe.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, so I group texted Jerry and Kevin, and I never heard anything back from Kevin all day.
Oh, no.
So that I texted him. I was like, did you get the chat? And he said no. So then I just texted him Jerry's number directly. So if you ever do that, some Android phones, they might have group chats off, and then it won't come through.
Yeah.
So just a heads up on that. But Ryan, what can I learn from you about this call?
My opinions are always, different, because for me, I have a huge sense of urgency. So, and I know you're not there, so you can't make it happen right then and there. But I always try to leave a phone call with an exact date that I'm coming. If it's tomorrow, hey, I'll be there tomorrow. I know that this was a different situation because you're not there, and Jerry's schedule, you have to confirm what that is. That's just something that I do, is if somebody's willing to call and have a conversation like that, at the very least, what I'm trying to do is confirm, when can I come and look at this, and let's put it on the schedule. Another thing too, like, never ask and not saying you did this. This is just for everybody else that's listening, and you're getting to that point where you're wanting to set an appointment. Don't ask them when you can do it. Just give them some times that you can do it. Are you available tomorrow at 10 a.m.? Can I come and look at this? That is better, because a lot of times people will just say, well, I want to get my house cleaned up. I'll call you when I'm ready. And you may never hear back from them. So the initiative of like setting the appointment, getting in there as quickly as possible is important. I always feel like the first person that can make that offer is going to be far more successful than somebody that pushes it out too far. So the amount of information that is collected on this is amazing. And again, you can't go too far into a negotiation without actually seeing it. So getting Jerry's perspective, and he may come back to you and be like, man, there's $20,000 worth of work, which is going to change your price point. That's a key thing. So you can't really do too much. I would always just ask, hey, are you open if I came to you with an offer that's slightly under your 200? Are we going to be able to continue to talk? Just to put that, like, I might come back to you under 200.
Yeah.
It's always good to set them up with that expectation. Not saying you will, like maybe you come back and you're like, hey, no, this is good. I'm happy with this. But at least it softens the blow the next time you guys get on the phone.
No, those are two great tips. Plan it immediately. I would have done the same thing if it was me. I'd want to go over there ASAP, get that time set up right there before getting off the phone. And I'll take note as well, just to not saying you are going to come in lower, but just to preface it, say, hey, if I happen to come in lower, are we still able to talk? And that's really great way to anchor them lower. Great job.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely took that away. That's a rider downer.
Downer.
Anything else you want to add here? We've been going for a little while, and hopefully people found it valuable. I did.
Yeah, for sure. These are the kinds of things that everybody is going to, especially people that are actively pursuing getting a deal. You're going to have conversations like this. And so being able to hear it firsthand of what a conversation sounds like and the things that you should do, let them talk. That's so important, to let them talk. They're going to tell you a lot more about the property than you'll discover on your own, even going on an appointment. They know the ins and outs of the house, even the things that he was saying, like, I'm disappointed when I go there. I don't want to go there. Like, to me, that just welcomes the possibility that an offer under 200 is likely. Like, he doesn't want to go in because he's disappointed with the condition it's left in. So anyway, just letting people talk. They will tell the story. You are there to try to close the chapter for them. So letting them talk and getting as much information as you can without prying. Like, the thing that people can notice, you didn't ask a ton of questions. It was mostly him driving the conversation. And that's great, because I train our team. I'm like, don't ask a ton of questions. If they don't give you information, just push for an appointment. Get me in the house. Let me see the house, and I'll figure it out from there. But like, asking questions, just some people are willing to tell you stuff and some people are not. And if they are willing, be open to listening and not interrupt, not interject. Just let them talk. And if not, schedule the appointment, get inside, figure it out on your own.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.